the age of the target audience will be between, I say, the age of 15 or 18 to mid-30s, or even 40. No, I'd say mid-40s actually, because when you consider the other films within the genre, they're usually aimed towards audiences who are 18. You know, such as R-rated movies, for example, as with the general age rating throughout. This would be due to the high level of violence conventionally incorporated within the crime drama genre, and the films, they contain a range of different features, such as within adult themes such as excessive swearing, showing of sexual content, graphic violence, and occasionally drug use and alcohol usage, which is nowhere near suited to a younger audience. So even the age of 15 as the rating would kind of be pushing it, I think, too much. So it depends what content is shown. So for us, I'd say it would be an 18, but 18 to 40-year-olds, and these would be appropriate for a younger audience 12. So these would not be appropriate for a younger audience 12. Therefore, 15 to 18 as a rating would be suitable. The class, I mean, the social class wouldn't necessarily be a determined choice due to the genre appealing to a range of individuals from different classes, including working class to middle class, possibly even upper class, depending on what they like. But therefore, it is hard to confirm the specific social class. But if I had to say, I would say lower class to middle class, because I think upper class audiences may not view crime genre films as much as films based on history or even the drama genre. So I would say middle class if I had to say one in particular. And the race would be, I mean, I wouldn't really say there would be any particular ethnicity or race that would specialise in the viewing of the film, but there are nations that I feel would be more likely to view the film, including the United Kingdom and the USA. These two nations have been a part of film for decades, and the film popularity between the two nations is also very large. American cinema is very popular within the States, as with the UK, and as our film is set in America, we would say that it's an American film which has been filmed in the UK. So the film is available to all, but I feel that it would be aimed toward males with British, American, Italian, due to it being a crime genre, and stereotypically there are Italian characters, as with cast members, that are actually in the genre, but as with our trailer, and European audiences, due to these types of films being watched greatly within these parts of the world, even when translated, because the context of gambling, money, and general crime, it's of popular interest within these areas. Interests, I mean, the interests of the audience will vary, but based around personal experience, the audience that like the crime genre tend to be those with the same ethnic origin as some of the characters, the cast members, and even the directors, just depending on the popularity, as with personal relationships, into which the way they can relate to these individuals themselves. Personal attachment to the film is also important. Hobbies for the audience may include different types of sport, as with films in general, because especially from the same genre based around like crime, because the story tends to be the most important part of the film. And a lot of the adults who view these types of films within the genre tend to be family orientated, respecting the film and its story. That's the way my personal experiences, that's how I personally experienced it, as with the people who do watch films from the crime genre. The audience may have a psychographic in which allows them to enjoy the viewing of violence and confrontation to take them away from their own lives, which may be more peaceful, and they may not be part of such aggression. That's why they enjoy it so much. It's something new to them. They may enjoy the thrill and excitement, the thrill and excitement of seeing characters yell and threaten one another. They may get a thrill out of this. They may absolutely love this because they know themselves they may not be able to do that, or they may be able to relate to them, as mentioned before. The audience may watch these films within the crime genre in order to let out stress, even, as long as they are not, the people taking out the actions made by aggressive and murderous characters. Some opinions may be that they enjoy films that may be based around the truth, with factual information such as Donnie Brasco and Legend that was recently released. And some audiences may enjoy watching films with intense storylines due to them being similar to the characters, such as family-like, in control, or maybe even commanding, and they may feel associated with characters and their emotions. It's a personal attachment. Some audience members may like characters that they feel similar to, making them feel more involved in the film. they can relate to it more. And that's a great thing to some extent. Depends on the situation. For our trailer, the audience may feel similar to Sal's character, being on the run and feeling the need to escape possible situations in their life. Or even the emotion of the Fibonacci brothers, wanting to seek revenge, possibly due to personal experience. And opinions within their lives, of rules, situations, it all varies with the psychographics. And also relating to the characters, some will want to watch the film as they know that they will be safe, as opposed to Sal's character, who is on the lookout for his life after escaping a death plot to kill a man in debt. A lot of the audience members, they watch films because they know that in comparison to their lives it may not be real. They want to enjoy something and they want to be part of a story that is different to their own lives and is truly exciting for them to be part of. And to some extent that's very, very respectable and enjoyable part of it. So the style of the crime genre films, they vary with a range of different paces and the actual speed of the film. The use of action, violence, tense scenes, and the use of audio as well. It does vary depending on how far out it's set within history or even in the present day. The style tends to be very beautiful, with camera work and lovely storytelling, which gives the genre a memorable and reputable name with brilliant and classic films to follow. The audience may enjoy the way the story is told, varying between each film, giving unexpectancy when determining what to expect within the genre. That's the beauty of it, it's a surprise. Something new may appear every time. The audience may like the genre with its referencing to the past and events in history, as with traditional cinema, with the use of soundtracks and lighting. It's very nice to see, very beautiful. The audience may also like the feel of the film with its emotion and varying narratives, making the story and characters stand out with different, loved and even unloved reputations to their names. It's nice what the audience can feel when they truly love what they see within the film.
This summer, based on true events. One rat on the run. Two brothers.
Yeah, sorry about the advert that just came on there. Okay, so when it comes to actually appealing to the target audience, we like to include as much action as possible, but not to divert it into the action genre. We just like to make it contain excitement. I'm not saying that films in the crime genre don't. They contain a lot of excitement, which is very tense a lot of the time. But due to this film being more modern, I'd say, in terms of it being more contemporary, the audience, they may expect faster paced action, which is different to how it would have been done, I'd say, in the later parts of the 20th century. And we'd like to incorporate violence. Within the actual trailer we will show violence, and if possible we'd like to make a red band trailer to aim it more to the actual audience who would be 18 plus. The trailer will contain a fair amount of the story. It will show the general outline. We would then show moments of tension, moments of action, moments of mixtures of the actual emotions, such as fear, anger, nervousness, and just to show the varying authorities between the characters, to make it seem so intense for the actual audience to view. I hope that they'd really like it. And we incorporated multiple genres for the fact that it is still crime genre, but it involves a sense of thriller as part of the genre, because the character's on the run, and if it were to be a film, out of nowhere there will be sudden shocks, because you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going on, you don't know if the brothers are right there, you don't know if Sal's safe or not, you don't know if the detective will be there for him. And we like to do that for the audience. We like to create as much excitement and intensity as possible for them. I hope that's what they'd like. We'd show gunfights, but not over the top. We'd show maybe slight hints of slight explosions, even not too over the top, but just something to add more action, but not to take away from the genre. We like to make it as conventional as possible, as we've added our own elements within them, as with parts of the story and different characters. But with characters, stereotypically, there are 3 Italians, which relates to the genre very well, I feel. And there's also a black character, and he stands out because there aren't really black characters within the genre, but when there are, it may come as a slight surprise. And this character has more of a part. He's one of the main characters in this, and in this case he's a very good character who's trying to find one of the Italians. So it adds a kind of a spin to it, but not taking it away from the crime genre as much, if I had to say. Elements of the crime genre would also be incorporated with context of law, as opposed to just the mob. So just to put it out there, things within the trailer that will be used to make it as interesting and more appealing to the audience is that it'll be fast, it'll be intense, it'll be very dramatic, it'll be there'll be a whole build-up of anger and tension. You feel, if you were to actually watch it, hopefully you'd be able to feel very on edge. You feel like, oh blimey, I'd love to see this film, because it makes me feel kind of angry, and I want to let out my anger somewhere by watching it, which will be great for you personally. And we like to incorporate, we like to show violence, which is part of the genre as well. We would like to show action, quickness. We like to show a sense of slowness to create tension. We would like to show aggression. We like to show characters with different emotions. We like to show character weakness. We like to show character authority. We like to show as much as we can to make the audience feel as though they are safe, where they are, what they're doing right now. They're safe, as opposed to Sal's character, as with eventually all of the characters, with gunfire, torture, and harsh violence with one another. There will be a secondary audience, because due to the film being aimed towards a male audience, adults 18 to 40s, the secondary audience would be females who would either accompany their husbands, partners, or boyfriend, even relatives, for example, to the actual viewing exhibition, or because they just like to go with them, or if it was a date, for example, or because a lot of females, they not in a every way, but with personal experience again, they actually like action and thriller films, such as films with, when you consider Mission Impossible, for example, it's very fast and action-packed, and a lot of women love that, and they like the actual fact that Tom Cruise, a very well-known actor, he's in it, and due to his good looks at the same time, they're very attracted to him, as with him getting involved with such intense action within the films that he's in. So I'd say that would also be part of it. And we could say that the actors in the actual film, they are well known, which is another reason why the secondary audience of females would like to see that film, not just for them to accompany the male primary audience member, but for their own personal loves.